The Fortnite 38.10 update is here, and we got custom in-game items selling in experimental right now. They basically create your very own marketplaces in your islands, and also gambling, which is a bit controversial. We also got new prefabs, galleries, fixes, blah blah blah. It goes on and on, so let's just get to it. Alright, so first things first, we actually got tools for in-game island transactions. This is not out just yet, but it is out in experimental mode, so you'll be able to make all your systems for all of it. So for example, developer tools or in-game island transactions are now available in a preview within UEFN. Use these to test in-game item sales in your unpublished projects, unlocking new monetization options for Fortnite developers on top of engagement payouts. Soon, you'll be able to publish games with in-game transactions that players can use to purchase items within your island using V-Bucks. We'll share more on publishing timelines in the coming weeks, so probably we might see it probably around either late December or in the new year. We'll see how it goes, because they said weeks, but I don't know, it could be only like 2 weeks, we'll see. Once published, you'll be able to monitor the performance of an in-game island transactions directly in the creator portal. Check out the blog and documentation for a full breakdown, including what you can and can't sell, how in-game transactions work, and how an in-island transactions feature example, and more. Before you check out the full developer rules and the island transactions restrictions document to learn about the new guidelines for integrating transactions into your island. So we got this really cool picture down here with Jonesy. I think it's actually not Jonesy, it's like his farmer guy. You can see you can buy stuff. You can buy a garden gnome for 500 V-Bucks. Pretty interesting. You know, expected how it will be going. You have to purchase stuff. Now, if you actually check the Fortnite developer rules, I guess they're called Fortnite developers instead of Fortnite creators. Like they renamed the Fortnite Island creator rules to Fortnite developer rules. Interesting. Added a new section 4.4 detailing rules for in-game for in-island transactions. So we'll look at 4.4 in-game island transaction rules. In-island items must follow all content rules and guidelines above and the following. So it's all these as well. So you can't do my god, there's a lot of rules. Okay, there's a lot of rules. Okay, yeah, like there's a ton here you can read through. Okay, these are the main ones. Okay, do not offer V-Bucks or real-world products or services in your island. You can only offer in-game island items. So you can't be like, hey, if you paid V-Bucks in my island, I'm gonna give you a free thing in real life. I'm gonna give you a thing in real life. That's not how it works. You can't do real-world purchases or cannot offer V-Bucks for buying stuff. Do not be misleading about your in-game items on or off platform. You must accurately represent the in-game item or experience that you're offering, including its features, price, functionality, and limitations. For example, you must not suggest that it has features or effects it doesn't have, or imply it's limited in some way, in time, availability, discount, or otherwise, if it's not actually limited. Okay, interesting. Do not adjust how you offer products for sale based on Epic made cosmetics that players have equipped. For example, you cannot offer different prices for an in-game item based on what an outfit the player has equipped. So you can't change the price of an item depending on something that based on an Epic made cosmetic that the player can get. Of course, do not offer XP or imply that your offer includes granting of XP. For example, you do not use the term XP in your game item offer or description. You can offer custom passes and progression systems, but you must be clear the progression only pertains to the island in which it's offered. You cannot use terms like battle pass, experience, or XP in the paid progression pass. Anyways, this is quite a lot. To maintain player expectations that the following categories of items work everywhere, do not offer in-game items of the following types, regardless of the terms used to describe them. Emotes, or an animation or dance of the character that is initiated by the player. No emotes. Outfits, a character's overall appearance, sometimes also referred to as skin. And you also can't sell cars, trucks, or buses. So you can't sell you can't sell any of these. I'm going to guess maybe in the future we might be able to get, our own emotes and outfits. And I'm guessing cars, trucks, and buses as well. But right now you can't do it because technically there's nothing to support it just yet. You can offer in-game items that have a visual overlap with items available in the Fortnite item shop, aside from emotes, outfits, and cars, trucks, and buses as noted above, as long as they have gameplay value and are not purely cosmetic. So does that mean like if you were to make an item, you have to, if it's, let's say you're giving a player a custom hat using a Niagara effect or something like that, you'll have to give the hat some gameplay value instead of just making it so it's a hat. So for example, if I'm getting a hat, I have to make it so the player will get plus 10 HP for wearing the hat. Is that right? Or is that what gameplay value means? I'm not sure. I don't know about this rule, to be honest. I think there should just be options to have purely cosmetic stuff, but do not use the same terms to describe your in-game island items that are used in the Fortnite item shop, including auras, back bling, contrails, drift trails, emoticons, gliders, harvesting tools, or pickaxes, jam tracks, kicks, sidekicks, sprays, or wraps. So can't use already the epic made cosmetics because it's going to be misleading, because if you call your thing a back bling, but it's not actually a back bling, it's just like a Niagara effect. People are going to think that it's an actual back bling, so they're going to get misinformed, and it's going to technically be false advertising then. So you don't want to do that, because again, we don't have access to, you know, making our own back bling blah, blah, blah right now. Again, that's right now. This could change, okay? These are all subject to change. Again, they also provide an example. For example, you can offer Boots of Speed as an in-game item because the item has gameplay value, speed, and the term does not overlap with items available in the item shop, kicks. But you cannot offer cosmetic kicks as an in-game island because that item does not have gameplay value and uses the same term as the item in the item shop. Again, I don't get this gameplay value thing. I feel like there should be just options for cosmetic stuff, but because it's like you kind of have to have pay to win in your map. If that makes sense. You kind of have to. This paid object needs to have pay to win, otherwise you can't have it. This object has to give the player an advantage, otherwise it's not allowed. Which I don't get. I don't understand it. But if your experience includes any paid random items, you must use the appropriate APIs to ensure that they are only offered to eligible players. For example, if you offer in-game random items in exchange for V-Bucks, you must have the paid random item value set to true. If your experience includes a paid in-game item that may be redeemed for a random item, you must use the allow paid random items function. So there's a specific function for random items. I'm guessing that's probably because maybe in the rules, I'm guessing that it's technically gambling at a certain point. So I'm sure there's going to be rules against gambling, or there's going to be limitations on islands that use random items, so they're paid. And if you don't turn this on, you're going to be punished, which I think it's a good idea. We'll see how it goes. In all cases, you must also ensure players see an accurate numerical odds of obtaining each paid random item. So you have to also show the odds. So 99% to get the bad item, 1% to get the legendary. On the spinning wheel that spins around, you got to make sure you show that. Then, for some reason, platforms have rules and restrictions about what in-island items you can offer and how you can offer them. You must comply with these rules and restrictions to help you do that. It provided information and tools here. The restriction is non-exhaustive and it's your responsibility to ensure you comply with other rules and laws regarding your in-game item. You must stop in-island transactions at least 20 days before permanently unpublishing your island. Okay, so if you're going to turn off your island, you got to stop your in-game island transactions about 20 days before if you're going to do that. Now, of course, you can always keep your island as always up, but if you're going to decommission your island, I guess you have to turn off your monetization 20 days before. That's also another rule. There's a few rules. Some of them I don't get, like the gameplay value thing. Pretty much these are just consumer protection rules. I mean, it's pretty bog standard. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. Okay, I'm going to probably make another video because there's so much information, brother. Look at all this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a ton in-game item bundles, additional options regarding purchases. There's a bunch of different things you have to do. There's also another page for in-game island transactions. Basically, there's a bunch of different examples of durable items players can buy once, an upgrade shovel, a consumable, which is items depleted when used in-game, like seed packets, or paid area, an offer, but access to an area behind a paywall. So farmers market where players can take produce and they can grow and sell it. There's a ton of stuff, okay? Paid random items. Again, a paid random items reward players redeem in-game. This random item can be a single offer that parents can restrict whenever a child can send V-Bucks for content purchased with V-Bucks on paid random items. When creating paid random item, you must indicate which items are paid random items, and you must list the percentage chance for items. Okay, things I already said. Okay, so these are all the stuff from the blog. Developer and player requirements. To publish your island with in-game transactions, you must be 18 years old to include in-game transactions on your island. You must be enrolled in the credit program, and you must indicate your island uses digital purchases in the IRIC questionnaire. Okay, that's very important. That's very important. Products and diverse items are technical requirements. So it seems there's a bunch of technical requirements. Only one item. Bundle offers contain 2 or more offers. Products offers, and bundle offers which have each their own titles and descriptions. Product tags cannot exceed 100 words. Name of the product offer or bundle cannot exceed 50 characters. Description text cannot exceed 500 characters. Short description text can exceed 100 characters. Each product or bundle offer is priced between 50 and 5,000 V-Bucks. So the maximum V-Bucks you can price on an item is 5,000. Pricing must be in increments of 50. So basically, you know, you do 50, 100, 150, so on and so forth. It's in increments of 50. Okay, excuse me, guys, but I'm going to make a more dedicated video about this because there's so much, bro. There's actually so much. I'm going to make a more organized, better video just to explain everything. Here. Oh, this is the default UI. Create a storefront. Now that you have your products and offers and a bundle set up, you need a place to sell them. So I'm guessing this is the default marketplace UI, so you can sell your items. Pretty cool. So when you don't have a custom UI, this is going to be the UI that appears. It's going to show all the offers, and you're going to be able to get all the things and everything like that. The default marketplace UI opens with a list of products you've added. The first product in the list is highlighted and it features the other product window next to the list. Storefronts can have multiple pages and lists longer than 5 items are scrollable. And here's like the buying page. Store UI, the snippet defines a generic event callback that opens a pre-made Fortnite storefront UI. Callback can be from a subscription, a button plus a conversation event, and so on. Doing that, handling purchases is this code. Handling paid random items would be this. Handling direct prompts. Okay, we go back to here. First product catalog, managing in-game transactions in the creator portal, publishing. Okay. I'm gonna go through all this in a different video. There's a ton of information here. The videos are probably gonna be like 2 hours long. I'm like, oh my god, but there's so much stuff. But anyways, yeah. Going past this, we also have an in-game island transactions feature example, which I'm actually gonna check out because we can actually see what it might actually be like. Okay, so here I am in the what's it called, the template. Now that you can actually, if you want to actually enable this in your project, you want to go up to project up here, scroll down a bit to project settings, and then if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, so you go all the way to the bottom, you'll find marketplace down here, and you can enable it there. So you have marketplace in your island, and you can have all these features and be able to make your own monetization of whatever, like in-game items you can sell. Basically, if I go into, I believe it's tools, there's now a new thing down here called the product catalog. And if I go into here, you'll be able to see all the different items that have been made inside of this map. So you can see that you have VIP access, consumable no, max count, paid disclosures, paid area, so you have to disclose what it is. Grants access to restricted area. You got a ton of different examples of different things and different, like, you know, examples of perishable items, durable or consumable, etc, etc. Now while I'm here, I just want to let you know that I have no idea how the verse works yet. I just came out, so I'll make a more dedicated video going over all the verse code and how to actually set this up, so just keep that in mind. Also, it's important to mention here also that while going through this, there's all islands that are currently in the IP partnership licensing program are not eligible for in-game transactions. So islands that are in Fall Guys, Lego, Rocket Racing, Walking Dead, Squid Game, K-pop Demon Hunters, I don't think those are available right now. I don't think Epic have got the licensing deals just yet for that, but I'm going to guess that's going to come in the future. After that, we also have in-game transaction debug commands. So we have a few of them called grant all products, so grants all the products, grant one of all products, grants one of each product, force remove products, remove all the old products, open storefronts, display the debug storefront populating with a dynamically generated offer for each product. Purchases always fail. So on-store purchases will fail regardless on if they can succeed or not. Okay, pretty cool. Now with this, there's also a user interface feature example for the custom, like, you know, shop UI. Now this is actually using verse fields, I believe. So they provided verse field examples, and there's also material collections now. I've already made a video about verse fields, so to basically, if you wanna actually make the UI work, you can just use verse fields now. So I can make it so the price and everything, of the prices of stuff in my shop can automatically change to what I set it in verse, and then I can just like do it like through there, which actually makes it a lot easier to set up. If you don't know how verse fields work, check out my video I made it like a few days ago. It's pretty cool. It opens up the possibilities for a lot of stuff. Next thing, we already know this happened. I've already covered that in another video. They've also enabled island localization tools like by default. So everything you make will be automatically building localization, so different languages into your project. You can opt out of this if you want to, or you can opt out temporarily if you uncheck automatically build localization option in your project settings. And you can also turn it off in the private version settings dialog. So I'm guessing that's where you see how to, like, you know, where you type in like the version name and everything like that. Our next thing, content browser and inventory updates. We got device updates and fixes. We got the air vent, fix the bug that caused the air vent effects to apply continually. When the air vent has physics enabled, fix the faulty warning from popping up. Fix the bug that affected the force impulse component. Teleporter, fix an issue that could cause the teleport device to impulse instead of direct velocity. Fix the bug that caused the teleporter to teleport players non-stop. Crash pad and bouncer gallery, fix an overlap issue. Changing booth, fix an issue with changing booth UI to remain open on players when the device receives unremoved player events. An NPC spawner, fixing your NPC spawners spawn during normal phase instead of on the game started phase. We also got a bunch of new prefabs and galleries. It's all the Shogun Solitude stuff, which is kind of cool. I don't know why they call it Solitude than Solitude, but and here's all the galleries in game. I would use my live talking, but again, my UEFN loves to lag when I drag out galleries, so I have to do an over voice like this. Look at these crazy props. Oh boy, wow, look at those, pretty cool. Zoo community bug fixes. We got fixed an issue where the default quick bar was failing to be replaced on mobile UI. When selecting the quick bar slots. Fixed an issue where projects received a countered unexpected content beacon connection failure when running a memory calculation. And fixed an issue where the pop-up dial device would stop working on the do not close button press option chosen. I do not believe them with that, okay? I gotta be honest, they fixed that like 7 times and it still hasn't been fixed. I'm not gonna, I'll believe when I see it. Fortnite ecosystem updates and fixes. Basically, what they've done is they added season tags to weapons. This provides a new way to search for every weapon. So you can basically search by season, which is kind of fun. And dynamic resolution is available for DX12 rendering mode when anti-aliasing is disabled. Fixes is a fixed performance issues in UEFN caused by placing large number of actors at once with a phone tool. Fixed an issue where the reticle for the change of Hades disappeared in creative. Fixed an issue where the original pumpkin launchers were using the wrong weapon icon. Fixed an issue that prevented frame rate limit from updating the auto set quality button was selected, and changed the minimum from 0 to 1% for the 3D resolution in video setting. UEFN updates and fixes. For the editor, we got camera IDs were now added to the capture manager to ingest asset metadata. Pretty cool. And a ton of fixes that should help out with fixing projects. Environmental landscapes, landscape edit layers, weight blending improvements, a bunch of new weight blending. Added a sort by blend method option in target layers list. Changed the landscape textures path texture sampler to border to prevent visual issues with the edges. Exposed the patch component layer to the API. Add a new option for the edit layer, collapse all edit layers, this option removes edit layers and plans. You can hide the landscape selector in landscape mode when the new tool in the manage panel is active. Updated the default spline edit layer selection. Materials added essential masking support. Modeling added support for tangents. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Scene graph, we got added support for map pinging and entities, which is kind of fun. And also Unreal Engine control updates, blah, 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 blah. You can read them there. And of course, that's pretty much it. So yeah, pretty cool updates. I wasn't expecting getting in-game item selling today, but you know, we got it today, so pretty cool. I'm probably going to make a more dedicated tutorial about it. Just to go into a little bit more detail. I know I went into a lot of detail in this one, but I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail and show you how to actually do it. It looks pretty fun. Again, there's a ton of rules, but oh well. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, use my code in the Fortnite shop. Thank you to all the members of this channel. Remember to watch all these videos for more of my content. That's about it. I'll see you around.